Holy shit! What's up, guys? It's October 17th, 6:35 p.m. It's Thursday, October 17th, 2024. It's today, p.m. What's going on, guys? Nah, I'm just messing around, obviously. All right, let's redo that. What's going on? It's Thursday, October 17th, 6:36 p.m. And here we are, 2024. Sorry, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. So today is episode 364, meaning today is 1 year eve. So tomorrow is the 1 year anniversary of when I started this podcast. That's unbelievable. Round of applause. Good job, Bryson. You stuck through it for a full year. Okay, honestly, that's pretty cool to think about. Because 1 year ago today, I didn't have a podcast. 1 year ago, right now, today, I did not have a podcast. I didn't even have cover art. Didn't have a name. Nothing. Didn't even know how to do any of this stuff. Didn't even have this software that I'm using called Podbean. I was using Spotify for podcasters. And all I did for the first however many episodes was I posted them on Spotify. That's it. You can go back and listen. It's pretty crazy. But I'm going to save the year celebration for tomorrow because that's cool. And I did say that because it was leap year, it's not a full year, but dude, 365 days is a year. 365 and a quarter, that is actually a year. So, fun fact. Anyway, I went and control F'd the last episode, and I looked for all the times that I said like to make sure that when I said like, it wasn't a filler word. Guess what? I didn't find a single one. So that was the first and only episode. Pretty sure it's the first and only. It's the first and only episode of that length, for sure, where I did not resort to saying like. And I don't know if I said or I didn't look for that. I just looked for like, because for me, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. Now, of course, it's one of my biggest goals to correct that in my speech so that I sound a lot more credible and my speech is a lot more fluid. I don't have the uhs and ums and ahs and likes and whatever. So I'm just going to keep rolling with this. I want to focus on that. Right now, I'm very mentally aware of that. So knowing me, I'll probably fuck up, but whatever. The other words that I didn't realize that I say a shit ton were, you know what I mean? And, oh, wait. Is that what it was? Know what I mean? No, it's, you know. Oh, I just said, right there. See, I'm in my head about it. So, you know. I went over here, you know. Is that what it is? I think that's the one it was. You know? Yeah, it is, you know. It for sure is. I controlled F that too. And if you're a new listener, since episode 325, so episode 325 is called Every Word I've Ever Said Saved. Motion calendar, I am discouraged fulfillment requirements. The important part of this is every word I've ever said saved. Every time I record a show now, it's transcribed for me for free in the Voice Memos app. I just copy and paste that, put it in a document. So that way we have a transcript of the podcast. So when we reach the 20th year episode, it'll just be one huge ass document of every word I've ever said. But listen to this. It's episode 364, but only 363 to 360. All right. 325 all the way to 363. Those are the only episodes that I have transcribed because that feature came out with the new update for macOS. The hell is this? There we go. I said That's annoying. I'm jinxing myself, guys. So anyway, that's what I was saying. So when I look at this document, guess how many, so here's a little exercise. With 40 episodes, how many words, how many pages do you think, with this whole podcast, how many pages of a Word doc do you think that the podcast fills up? How many do you think? So I'm going to give you the pages, the words, and the characters. And then the characters without spacing. So I'm curious. So I'm going to say this again. There's 40 episodes. How many pages in a Word doc do you think the transcribed version fill up? How many words and how many characters? I have the answers right here, but I want to actually give you a sec to guess. So how many pages in 40 episodes? Take a guess. It's 404. There's 404 pages in this document. There's so much that I've reached the word count limit. I can't type anymore. The word count, take a guess at the word count for 404 pages worth. 234,093 words. I've said 234,093 words in the last 40 episodes. Okay? How many characters? This one's crazy. How many characters in 404 pages? One kashillion, fibbly. I'm just playing. It's 1.19 million characters. 1,190,617. And then without spaces, it's 956,000. So there's some fun facts for you in the last 40 episodes. So we're pretty much at 400 now because I have 382 episodes or something, because I have all the have episodes and the ABC episodes. So I'm close to 400. So if you want to say that times everything I just said, add a zero to everything I just said. So we're at 11 million characters we're at 2.3 million words I've said on this podcast, average, which is 4,004 pages worth of transcribed audio into words. 4,000 pages. I'm writing a fucking Bible over here, guys. Bible's not even 4,000 pages. And a lot of it is me, I'm learning, whatever. I mean, obviously it's not, I don't have the first 325 episodes transcribed. I only have 325 to now. But, when I have a team, see, I just said, I say that so much, man. So when I have a team in the future and I've got people who can do this shit for me, I will definitely have all of these transcribed, organized, whatever, so that we can go back and read them, Control F them. Because truth be told, I'd like to reference more episodes. So I would like to be on episode 2005 and say, hey, go back and listen to episode 337. I was angry. Go back and listen to 329 where I say I don't want a Lambo. Go back and listen to 325 when I said I'm going to start transcribing every single word. Go back and listen to episode 1006 when I buy my first Lambo. Go back and listen to episode, that's the idea. See, I just said again. God damn, dude. See, now I'm hyper aware of that. I'm so hyper aware of now. I've got plenty of people in my life that say that word a shit ton. If you're listening, I know you are. I love you to death. Don't take it personally. It's just something that I am so fucking aware of now. Anyway, I've said that so many times. If you want to hear why I want to not say that anymore, go back and listen to episode 1 through 10. Pretty sure it's that. 1 for sure. But anyway, so there's a little recap of the last 40 episodes and every word that I've said. So it is one more thing that I have to worry about. I do have to record the show, put the title on there, go into the Podbean, put the title there, put the description there, write about the show, all that stuff. And then I have to go back into Voice Memos app, click on the transcriptions button, allow it to load, then Control A so I can highlight all the text, Control C so I can copy all the text, go back into the document, Control V, paste it all, make sure it's there, make sure the formatting's there, make sure it's got a little header so I can organize it. So it is a good 1 or 2 minutes extra per work. And that's the thing, guys. If I do that with 10 different things, I might have an incredibly better product and podcast here, but that's an additional 10 to 20 minutes per day that I have to dedicate to this. And the reason why I've been able, to adhere to this for so long with really no problem is because it's so simple to do. I push record, I talk, that's it. I upload it, and I don't edit anything. I had the intro, outro, that added more time, but since I don't have that anymore, it takes less time. Small things like that. But again, as soon as I'm able to quit my job, that allows me to have so much more time to do things. And right now, I'm so fucking pumped up to do these things. And I'm not even... Guys, I don't know how to make this sound how I want it to sound. But right now, I am so pumped to grind out 14 videos per week, upload all of them. Sorry, upload 7 of them. What am I saying? Sorry, guys. Make 7 videos, make a second variation of each, so there's 14 total. Keep the content relatively the same. The only thing that I'm going to really change is the hook and the subtle details, like maybe the colors, maybe the shirt I'm wearing, I don't know. And then the music. And I could be doing this wrong. However, I'm pretty sure based off of what I'm learning, this is correct. It's split testing. So I put out this piece of content with this hook because, everybody knows. See, I said, again. See, now I'm so aware of that shit. Holy fuck. People watch the first 1, 2, 3 seconds of a video and decide from 1 second, 2 seconds, if they're going to watch the rest of it. So the hook needs to be gravy. So what I'm going to do is split test the videos that I make. So I'm going to make 7 original pieces, and then I'm going to duplicate them, change the hook and the subtle differences, and then do that again. So what I'm going to do is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and a half. That's going to be posts 1 through 7. And then Wednesday and a half, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, that's going to be the same posts again, but they're going to have the subtle differences and the different hooks. Because as far as I'm concerned, the people who follow me, they might get the same shit twice, and that might be valuable because some people miss it. That's cool. But for the people who don't follow my shit, they won't know anyways. And that's how I would attract more people to my page to follow my content. Because if I make content that resonates with the people that I'm trying to attract, and those people are the people that are going to want to join my program, then that's an infinite money-making machine right there. Not to mention how many people can join the program. I can build a fucking community, have a thriving culture within this, and then have that be such a core part of the entire program. Because then if they decide, I don't want to be in this program anymore, they're not just leaving me and the accountability and the workouts and the nutrition. They're leaving Bob from Connecticut. They're leaving John from New Jersey. They're leaving so-and-so that are in their city, but now they have to face them at the gym and know that they're not part of the program anymore. It just adds so much more accountability, so much culture, so much vision, so much community. And I just learned that. And I'm pumped about that, dude. If you can't tell in my voice, hold on. Window's wide open, dude. I'm not trying to have people staring at my ass. You can't tell, I'm fired up about this idea because that's what I want to build. I want to create a thriving culture, not to mention all the leadership lessons that come with that. Because if I can lead a successful community and be the leader of said community and culture of men transforming and bettering themselves, I can't think of a better way to live life, dude. That sounds fucking insane to me. To be my own Andy Frisella or my own Bedros Keuilian, my own Dan Martell, my own Brian Mark, my own Cole De Silva, my own, Kobe Bryant, things like that. That's unbelievable. So I got to make content that gets people's attention onto my page. How do I do that? Well, I came up with this thing, and I'm going to share it with you guys because I think it's cool, and I want to document this right now. So I call it sticky paint. A lot of you might already know where this is going, but here's the idea. The idea is to throw every kind of paint we can at the wall to see what... So by the way, I wrote every single word of this, and I'm proud of it. So the idea is to throw every kind of paint we can at the wall to see what sticks best. Try red, then blue, then green. Then try yellow, then purple, then brown, then black, then white. See which paint stuck the best. It was red? Oh, make more red. Then add some blue to the red. Then some green. Then some yellow. Throw those mixes onto the wall. See what sticks best out of these red variations. Was it red blue? Okay, make more red blue. Then add some violet. Also, guys, I know that's purple, but for the sake of this example, eat my shit. Then add some violet. Then some orange. Then some teal. Then some white. Red, blue with orange is sticking better than anything else you've tried this far. Make some more red, blue with orange. This is how you see what sticks. This is how you use quantity over quality. Yes, quantity over quality to start. And then follow it up with quality once you find what works. Use and abuse this system. You'll find through the quick feedback cycles which mix sticks best. Don't, however, mix the paint, not take note of which paints you mixed, and then play a guessing game. Take note of what you did or didn't do, repeat or remove what did or didn't make the paint stick better, and do more of that until you mix nothing but the stickiest paint you can possibly make. Then quadruple down on that and abuse the system for maximum sticky. And for clarification here, Paint is content. Colors are the variation. Stickiness is the virality, virality, the ability to go viral. So I'm going to put out a piece of content, and we'll say that this is a piece of workout content. Okay, that didn't hit. Okay, well, I'm going to try a workout content, but I'm going to have my pants off. Okay, that didn't hit either, thank goodness. I'm going to try a piece of nutrition content where I zoom in on the food, whatever. Okay, it looks like that one got 1,000 more views. That might be cool, so that's blue. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. I find something that sticks a lot. So maybe it's a certain hook, the way I say something, the way that I call someone out, and then the transition into the next thing that I talk about. Maybe it's the value that I offer because somebody actually watched the entire video. Maybe that gets me 100,000 views, which to my definition, that's viral because I've never had a video game. Fuck, I said dude, fuck. I've never had a video, maybe 5,000 views or more. Never in my life. So if I had 100,000, that's cool. If I had 1 million, 2 million, tens of millions, I don't know what I did. Shit my pants. That would really be sticky paint, huh? It's brown. Gross. So that's the idea. I like coming up with analogies like this because I love analogies so much because it paints the picture, pun intended, of how something can be done or what to expect, or how to think of something. And I always try to make some kind of analogy or some kind of relation or whatever because it helps me learn. I'm sure it helps other people. If it doesn't, it helps me. So sticky paint. That's the sticky paint theory. Not sticky paint theory, the sticky paint method. Sticky paint process. There we go. Alliteration right there. I'm reading about that by Mark Forsyth. Look at me learning. Holy shit. So, yeah. So I'm pumped about this. I'm pumped about the idea of making these pieces of content and then seeing what does good, what does bad. And then that's what I was saying. So split testing. So I'm gonna throw some red paint on there and I'm gonna throw some blue. I'm only gonna use red and blue paint. Then I'm gonna take which one of those paints does better. Maybe it's for an easy example, because Trump, let's say it's all red. All the red wins, okay? I'm gonna take all that red paint because it outperformed the blue, as it should. And I'm gonna see, based on the red winning, what the differences from the red and the blue. I'm gonna see what those differences were. And then I'm gonna compare all those winning reds to green. And maybe green wins on some of them. So then I'll take that, remix it, split test again, see what won there. And I'm able to do this 7 times a week. So with the feedback cycles that I was talking about last episode, I now have, at the end of every week, well, roughly, because it takes time for content to get out there. At the end of every week, I have a rough idea. I have very shitty numbers, but I have a rough idea on which content performs better. And then I can split test that with the next batch. And then we'll rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And I did the math. It's actually 75 days from today to January 1st, which is kind of cool. It makes me want to start 75 Hard tomorrow. Because how cool would that be to finish the program as everybody and their goddamn mother is starting? Because everybody's going to start on January 1st. They're not going to start December 31st. They're not going to start January 2nd. There's something magical about these made-up numbers that man has created by putting a 1, followed by a slash, followed by a 1, followed by a slash, followed by the last 2 numbers of a year that we made up to quantify what 365 days is in what we call a year. So you guys know how I feel about that. I just said, it pisses me off, but whatever. So yeah, I think it'd be cool to do that. Am I going to do it? Probably not, because right now my focus is on this shit, and it's it fires me up. So here's what I was saying. So I'm much more fired up to make this stuff and to see how it does, and to just pump shit out. If I get no views, if I get no number, I don't really give a fuck, bro. That, for me, it's so exciting to want to make these. I've already talked about this. If you can't hear how fucking fired up I am right now, I don't know what to tell you. But there's this experiment. This college professor, he has a pottery class. He tells half the class to make as many pots as they can in the semester. Tells the other half of the class to make the one perfect pot. So the end of the story is the half of the class that made the one pot made the shittiest pot. But the half of the class that made the most pots, not only did they make more pots, but the average quality of every single pot that they made was by and large so much better than the half of the class that had the entire semester to make one perfect pot, which goes to show that repetition, consistency, getting the feedback, seeing what worked, what didn't, improving on that, removing the shit that didn't, going in, again, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, pun intended, with the pottery. Then you have a perfect pot and you can do it on demand. Perfect pot, perfect pot, perfect pot. That gets me so fired up because that's me learning, and you can't take away knowledge, wisdom, experience from somebody. So this stuff that I put myself through and I learn and I undergo and I whatever, that's going to be with me for the rest of my life. And that compounds because I can take that knowledge, wisdom, experience, apply that to fucking pre-workout flavors. Because if you've been a long time listener of the show, you know that's how I got back into fitness coaching, because I thought, yeah, I need money for all this shit. I don't have money. How can I get money? Well, I'll do fitness coaching again. I'll get the money. And it's funny because I haven't even thought about the pre-workout ever since I started on this path. So maybe it was just the universe realigning me to the thing that I have been trying to do for the last 4 years, but have been too pussy to do. It's a whole different conversation. But I'm much more fired up and excited and stoked about all of this than anything else. And I think it's just a mindset thing and a perspective thing, because to some random ass Joe Schmo looking at me, putting out content after content after content on Instagram, getting 3 likes, 4 likes, 12 likes, 1 comment, 2 comments, 5 saves, 2 saves, doing that for a year straight, they might think, oh, this guy's fucking stupid. What is he doing? He's doing this and it's wasting his time. Nobody's watching his shit. But for me, I'm pumped up because maybe one video gets 1,000 views and 20 likes and 30 comments or whatever. And that's people that I can help, dude. They're reaching out to my stuff. They're coming to my page. That's cool. That gets me so fired up. So that makes me want to apply that to really every area of life. How can I produce quantity over quality now? See what works best. See what sticks. Sticky paint, right? And then use the evidence of what worked and what didn't work. Take the shit that didn't work, put it to the side. Take the shit that did work, double down on that. Rinse and repeat. Go again. And then it's an endless cycle. It's like a pyramid scheme, but I'm going to the top myself with nobody else's help. I'm just putting a bunch of shit down on the ground. Whatever is the highest one, I'm going to step on that one and then put another layer down. Whatever's the highest one, I'm going to step on that one and put a layer down. And then once I get to the top, I'm just going to quadruple down on the thing that just got me there. And then, oops, I'm a millionaire. Oops. Oh, whoops, I made $1 billion, guys. Sorry about that. Whoops, I'm going to hell. If you're rich, you're going to hell. So it's not like we give hundreds of billions to other countries. But Jeff Bezos has $100 billion and he's a piece of shit. Focusing on one man who's actually building products and doing shit. Like same with, I just said like. Fuck! Did I say it in a way that was a filler? I don't know. Like Elon Musk. Is that what I was saying? Am I still good? No, how I said it wasn't in the way. No, damn it. Well, 60 minutes total of podcast time. I went without saying like. Fuck, dude. Whatever. Elon Musk. Is he the world's richest man right now? He's got SpaceX. He's got the Boring Company. He's got Tesla. He's got... What's the internet one? He got the internet one. I guess he's got the Pi phone coming out. He's doing shit. The government's just giving it away. So I'm probably going to get canceled for saying that. By the way, we pay for that. We that's our money that's going, right? So if Elon's doing that and he's actually employing people, yeah, I don't know. Let me be honest. I don't really know too much about that to be talking about it. I just know that we send a lot of money to other countries and nobody bats an eye. But, well, a lot of people bat an eye, but that's not the point. But then the minute that somebody builds a lot of successful shit, they have the money, then they're a piece of garbage because they could be giving away to the homeless and feeding and endless and ending whatever. Speaking of which, Elon Musk said, "Right, tell me the amount that's required to solve world hunger. I'll write a check right now. Give me an amount." And then he replied and said, "I'm still waiting for that amount." Nobody gave him the amount because they don't want you to end world hunger because that's that. So Elon has tried. Also, Elon's the man. Also, I probably said a lot of buzzwords to get this podcast on the watch list. So all good, whatever. So Yeah, so loosely, that's the goal. IG Reels goal, create 14 videos per week and upload them all the following week. And the reason why I all of a sudden want to make 14 videos when I clearly said that making 3 takes me 10 hours is because like I said yesterday, talking about removing ego from the whole video editing, found this thing is called Submagic, talked about it yesterday, and I was able to make a video, this one here, how much I was eating of which foods, and pretty much adjusting from there. So I made this video, and it took me, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour, because I'm still learning it. So once I get it down, I'm sure it'll be much simpler. Just put it in there, save it, export it. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles and features, and it doesn't come with the status of using Premiere Pro, but guess what, dude? Who gives a fuck? There's a quote from Alex Hormozy, and at first I didn't really understand what he meant, but now I get it. When people are saying this or that about you, or when you're trying to do this and you're trying to be right, and you're trying to be the man on top or whatever, you can be rich or you can be right. Meaning, you can be right. You can say, yeah, this isn't going to work. This is stupid. I got to use Premiere Pro because I'm smart and I can use it. Or you can be rich. Meaning, you can lower your ego and take that out of the equation there and use something that can produce more, better, faster, quicker, and get rich. So you can absolutely be right, or you can be rich. Same with fitness. You can be right or you can be jacked. You can be right and say, you know what, I've tried everything. I can't lose weight. I've done everything possible. I've tried every supplement. I've tried every diet, tried every workout routine. I just can't lose weight. You can be right that you can do that. You can rest on that hill, or you can be jacked as fuck. So something that I think about. You can be right or you can be rich. Shit, dude, you can be both. You just got to be willing to set your ego aside and humble yourself and all that shit when you know you're fucking up. So anyway, I've got this app, this software. It's going to cost me $50 a month. But again, how I make financial decisions, if I run this for a full year, that's $600. If I don't sell 3 clients in that time frame, I have much bigger problems. And I absolutely will sign 3 clients in that time frame. So, actually, all I have to sell is 1 client at a paid in full. So what I've been told is to sell for 16 weeks for $250 a month or $750 paid in full, and that $750 paid in full acts as a free month. And I think that's cheap, so there's no limiting belief factor for me there to think that, I can't charge that much, because I've paid that for a coach, and shit, I pay $500 a month right now for a coach. So the conviction that I have in trying to get somebody to buy that over the phone, it would come off a lot more confident and clean, because I'm not saying, hey, so the program costs $30,000. Is that okay? So yeah, so if that's the case, and we'll just say that every client pays in full, fuck, dude, 10 clients a month and I'm set. So kind of cool to think about. Really cool to think about. But anyway, that's just how I think about it, man. Yeah, it cost me $600 a year for this software. I haven't bought it yet, but yeah, it's a lot of money, I guess. But also, the plan is to make that money back. And if I don't this year, then I will next year. And if I don't then, I will the third year. And if I don't for the next 10, I'll just pull an Annie for sale and then all of a sudden become a multi-millionaire, probably a billionaire, honestly. He's got so much shit going on. And only be 47 years old. Not even halfway over with life, dude. Also, the average life expectancy is average, meaning the average person with their average health conditions, with their average habits, with their average whatever, yeah, that of course they're gonna die at 73 or whatever the fuck it is. But if you're active, you're healthy, none of that fucking matter. You could die tomorrow and get hit by a bus, bro. End of discussion. Next question. So, yeah, I want to use this software, Submagic, and roll with it, because this will allow me to make those 14 videos. Matter of fact, it's just 7. I'm just changing the hook, changing a couple of things. So I can absolutely make 7 in a Saturday. I absolutely can do that, especially because I've been fucking rocking it this week with getting up 30 minutes earlier. And not only that, but getting up, going directly, first of all, the first rule. So that's actually my crucible, guys. The crucible, the rigor, the oath, and the purge. Those are the 4 components of mental toughness in this program. I started rocking with it. I actually failed the rigor the other day, and I'm really bummed about that. I was on day 8, but I had to restart. So it is what it is. But for my crucible, I must get out of bed within 5 minutes of my alarm going off. If I'm still in bed, so here's the thing. So if I'm still in bed when the second alarm goes off and I continue to lay there knowing that it's going off, I fail. But if I hear that and I'm like, oh shit, I'll see I just said like, God damn it, dude. If I hear that alarm and I think, oh shit, I got to get up and immediately act. I'm so bummed I said like twice. That actually is bothering me. Damn it. Then I get out of bed and I'm good. But if I make the conscious decision to stay in bed after it goes off, I fail. So that's my crucible, because for me, that shit is hard as fuck. I've really let that slide, because I used to wake up. Guys, there was a point in time where I woke up at 1:55 a.m. to go outside, run a mile in the cold, come home, take an ice bath, go in my room, stretch, journal, read, plan my power list, get ready for work, shower, all that bullshit, and then go to work, come home, go to the gym, and then I think I went to bed, something like that. I did that now it wasn't a long time, but I did it for maybe a week or 2 or 3. I think it was 3 weeks. But I did that. And I didn't have any problems doing that, because I think I don't know, we'll talk about that another time. But the no phone in bed, that's my purge. Meaning, if I'm in bed, I can't touch the phone. If I want to touch my phone, set an alarm, answer the phone, I'm going to stand up, then grab my phone. But if I'm touching my bed, if I'm sitting on my bed, laying down on my bed, and I grab my phone for any reason, I fail. And that's the kind of fucking strictness that you got to have, the discipline to make this shit grow. Your discipline muscle, you got to make that shit grow. So that's the purge, which is abstaining from something for 30 days. Something that's not serving you, take that shit out of your life for 30 days. Watch your life improve. If you want to add it back in, feel free, but you have to do another thing for another 30 days. Then we have the crucible, which is one very fucking hard thing for you to do every single day. I've always thought about that as the ice bath, because that was so brutal for me. But turns out getting out of bed as soon as my alarm goes off and then immediately going into my office, flipping on all the lights and starting my day like that, that's very, very hard for me personally. However, as soon as I do that, my day's great. I'm wide awake, and then I sit at my desk, and that makes me feel good, because sitting at my desk and having stuff going on makes me feel productive. And because I wake up, mobility work, come in here and read. Then I write things I'm grateful for. Then I write some positive self-affirmations to get my mind thinking on the right path, because I have horribly negative thoughts every morning, so bad that I argue it with myself in my head about shit that's not even happened. Then I create all these fake scenarios, and I get pissed, and then I think, what would I say if this person said this to me at this time? And none of this shit will ever happen. I mean, I'm fine. I don't need medical help, but they're so bad. And whatever it is, I don't give a fuck. Fuck the label, fuck the diagnosis. I'm fine. I don't want anything to do with any kind of medical diagnosis unless it allows me to get rid of other people's excuses. That sounds arrogant as fuck. But for example, I have hypothyroidism, and I like to pull that up when people say that shit, because I'm like, oh yeah, oh, fuck, I said like, because I say, oh yeah, also I have that shit too. And then they say, oh, what? No, you can't. And I say, oh yeah, I got it. This is what goes on in my head in the morning, by the way. So anyway, waking up, going and doing this shit, getting ready for the day, that makes me feel really good. And I actually enjoy that so much so that it's easy for me to get out of bed now. Hold on. It's easier for me to want to get out of bed knowing that the outcome of these things that I do in the morning yields a very positive result. So that's that. So the crucible for me is getting out of bed within 5 minutes. So first alarm goes off, I can sit there, I can try to wake up, I can try to whatever, I can go back to sleep. But if that second alarm goes off and I choose to stay in bed, I fail. So that's the crucible. Then we have the rigor, which is one small tiny detail that I can do per day. And that could be a random act of kindness. So a lot of this is taken from the Live Hard program, because that changed my life. So however I can keep that in my life, I'm going to do that. So the rigor is one small tiny detail. It could be picking up a little piece of trash. It could be wiping off the countertops at a public bathroom. It could be texting somebody a very nice thing. It could be holding the door open for somebody or whatever. And the more that I've actually run through this, the more that I've realized what counts and what doesn't count. And it's got to be something that you wouldn't do if you weren't conscious of the fact that you had to do something. So if I unconsciously hold the door open for somebody, that doesn't count. But if I look at, for example, this morning, I was driving into work. There's a big piece of wood in the middle of the road. I had to walk out of my way to go and move that. It took me an extra 30 seconds. But that was me saying, oh shit, yeah, I'm going to remove that. That's my rigor for the day. But if I would have passed that and I don't know, if I would have, what's a better example? If somebody was walking in front of me and they dropped all their shit and I picked it up unconsciously because that's the right thing to do, that wouldn't count because I did it. It was just me being me. But this morning, I'm not going to walk back and move a piece of wood out of the road. I don't give a fuck. But it was part of me saying, oh, this is a really nice thing to do. It's going to save somebody else. This is beneficial. This counts. And that counted. So that's what I did today. Matter of fact, let me check that off right now. And then I don't have anything for the oath, which is putting something in my life for however much time per day. All these things I'm doing in the morning, I wouldn't count because I'm now doing them anyway. So to then use the oath as the thing that I add into my day, even though I'm already doing it, that doesn't count. It's as if I was doing an ice bath and then saying, oh yeah, that's my crucible. If I'm already doing it and I've got a streak of 300 days or whatever, it doesn't count because it's not what I'm doing. So it might be a cold shower. It might be, I don't know, cold calling something. I don't know. But yeah, the oath is something that you adhere to for 30 days. Purge is something you abstain from for 30 days. Rigor is a detail. Crucible is something that's brutally hard for you personally. And you do that. All these things, you do it for 30 days straight. And once you do that, that's when you can change them and so on and so forth. And that shit's been working for me. And it's cool to see these numbers go up. It makes you feel good. Makes you feel like I'm gaining control of my life again because I completed Live Hard and then just had a week of nothing. And that was the worst thing I could have done. But you live and learn, and I'm implementing everything again. So, yeah. My goal is not to, I just said, that sucks. My goal is not to make these episodes this long, man. I'm really trying to tone it down, but I just got so much I want to say. I got so much I want to document and share on this thing. And for this goal of mine to document everything, I feel like I'm doing a good job at that. There's certain things, I want to document more emotions and thoughts and stuff like that, more so than what I'm working on, what I'm doing, because that's the stuff I really want to showcase. But I don't ever want this to be something that gets in the way of the main goal at the current time. Because obviously the podcast and documentation, that's a 20-year thing. That's fine. At most, it takes an hour per day. And yeah, over the course of time, that's a shit ton of hours. So 7,305 hours. So it's a long time. So, but yeah, I don't want it to ever be a distraction from the main goal at the current time. So right now that's getting the fitness coaching thing going and sales and learning all that, the content creation. I don't want that to ever get in the way. And I will say right now, I think it is because I've been recording the show for 40 minutes now. What is it? 37 minutes now. 37 minutes, 54 seconds. That's 37 minutes, 54 seconds that I could have spent working on content or working on learning more module stuff or getting in the group and learning from people. So I do think, and I will admit that right now, I think the podcast is getting in the way a little bit, but you got to think about it from a different perspective. This allows me to vent, allows me to clarify my thoughts because I'm speaking out loud. It allows me to get better at talking. This is the second podcast in a row where I haven't said like, except for the two times that I've said it. And I'm getting better. So it's a lot of self-development. It's documentation. So these are the pros. Self-development, documentation, working on my speech. It's almost a mini therapy session because I'm getting everything out. It's clarifying my thoughts. Overall, it's self-development. And I'm documenting, and that's cool. And then the cons are it's time-consuming. If I'm talking a shit ton, it takes time away from the main focus. But if those are the only two cons and I have all those pros, maybe it equals out. Maybe this is fine what I'm doing. Because the more confident and the better that I can speak and the more fluid that I can be on camera and all this stuff, the better the content will do, the more people that will see my stuff, the higher likelihood of, or the higher conversion rate of people seeing my stuff will be for a paying client. So you can see it however you'd like to see it. But sometimes I get in my head about this and I'm never going to stop. So don't even worry about that, Mr. Listener or Mrs. Listener. But there's that. So I'm not really sure what else to say. I don't have any plans for the 1 year episode whatsoever. I thought it'd be cool to change the cover art to something a little bit more me. Because right now it's just a side profile with 3 big ass bold red letters. So yeah, if you're listening in the future, right now it's a side profile of me. It's black and white. Then I've got 3 bold ass letters in red. It says BED. That's it. Doesn't even say podcast. Doesn't say project. Doesn't say the bed project. It just says the daily documentation of a man who desires more. And at the bottom it says business excellence discipline. That's it. And it's got the parental advisory sticker on it because I say fuck. Sorry, grandma. And that's it. And I want to change it so it's a little bit better, cooler, more professional. But I don't need to be focusing on that shit. That's just not a priority right now. That's something that I want to do, and I could have a lot of fun doing it, but I just don't think that I should spend my time and energy doing that. Same with Italian. I want to learn Italian. I think that shit's cool. I'd love to go to Italy and buy a Lamborghini and speak their language and get the whole thing in Italian. But right now, learning Italian is only going to make me achieve that huge fucking goal of mine much slower. Because if I spend 30 minutes a day learning Italian, that's 3.5 hours per week. Maybe it rounds up to 4. That's 4 hours per week not spent doing the shit. So if it takes me the next 10 years, we'll just say, then that would be 520 weeks. So that would be 520 times 4 hours. So that would be 2,080. That'd be 2,080. Is that right? 2,080 hours not spent working on the thing that I need to work on. So 2,080 hours, that's a shitload of time. It's a lot of difference in time from, I'm just saying a lot of nothing now. Guys, that's all I wanted to say. Yeah. Every time I finish these long shows, I'm just so tired. So now I still have a lot of shit to get done before I go to sleep. But it is 7/17, October 17th. Cool. 2024, Thursday. Thursday in my mind is also 7. October is also 7. So if you know, you know. But that's the show, guys. Nothing special coming tomorrow. Just a normal episode. And I really mean that. I'm not doing anything. I might scream a little bit, but that's it. So, one more thing I'm going to say because I want to capture this. I posted a thread on Threads today, which is, if you don't know, it's Twitter except for Instagram. Whatever. Posted a thread on there. I only had 9 followers, and of those 9 followers, I had 3, I think, that actually were people that probably wanted to follow me. The rest were people who just followed me because that's what Threads makes them do when you make a new account. Some people I haven't talked to in 23,000 years. But I posted a thread, and this is all I said. So, I'm Dr. Seuss. All I said, it's done even better since I looked at it last. That's crazy. So all I said was this, and at this current time, I had 3 posts before, and it was just the 2,000 listens. Let's look. Let's capture this. The very first post was, a ship is safe as a harbor, but that's not what ships are built for. I've been thinking a lot about it. That was my first one. That was March 2nd, 2024. And the next one was talking about why I think people are shy behind the camera. Next one was August 8th. That was 2,000 downloads. Thank you. By the way, no likes, no comments, nothing. And then today, I posted 1 year ago, I didn't have a podcast. Today, I have 364 episodes. Haven't missed one day. That's a great feeling. That's all I said. And the purpose for that was because I want to get better at documenting through Threads, through Twitter, X, whatever, through TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts. Because why wouldn't I just distribute it all out there? If it catches fire on one platform, then that's great. But if not, then who gives a fuck? But I posted this. And it got 31 likes, dude. That's great. For me, that's fucking insane. I haven't had a photo get 31 likes in who knows how long. And then we got 20 comments. And that's the coolest part. It's people just saying, oh, dude, congrats. It's way cool. Proud of you. It's a lot of determination. You proved it's possible. Just cool stuff, man. I didn't think that would happen. And I'm not putting the weight on the likes and the comments. I'm putting the weight on the fact that I put shit out there. It was received well. But the thing that I'm proud of is I wrote it with copywriting in mind, with how can I write this so it gets attention, because I could talk about this so much. You go on Instagram Threads, whatever it's called, and you look at the shit that's recommended for you. The shit that's recommended for you is because the way it was written, it gained attention. So that therefore right there, it's proof that that's good copy, right? So looking at that, I tried to replicate from some shit I saw earlier, and I just did that, and it looks like it took off. 31 hearts, 20 comments. Cool shit. And then I also posted another one with another thing that I saw from good copy. Didn't didn't get one single piece of interaction. So, yeah, whatever. So it is what it is. But I do think that's cool. I wanted to share that, capture that on the podcast because that's what I'm trying to document, right? So I didn't expect that to happen. I posted that this morning and I was at work and my phone just started going off and I had 5 hearts from people I had never seen before. And I thought, holy shit, no, it's happening. So that's cool. But then it's funny because I posted one right after it didn't catch shit. Yeah, I mean, these are real ass people. I'm looking at their accounts. I don't know, man. Just wanted to share that. So anyway, yeah, I'm done. I'm peacing out. Love you guys.